Hello there, YouTube fans. I decided to do the film I remember talking about a few weeks ago when I was insulting. Bear with me. Another remake on the works. This, however, is the classic from 1985, the original one. This was an era when horror movies were balls to the wall, to do remake after remake after remake. Now, okay, you can give me an argument on that one. One day after this, we have The Fly. A couple of years after, we had The Blob. In 82, we had The Thing. Okay, it was like another 50s film. But you name me how many remakes. And then you name me how many remakes is in the woodworks and have already been made from centuries and centuries and centuries into this era. So 85 was a good day for horror films. You know, you had my favourite vampire film, Fight Night. You had a lot of other day horror films from that golden era. You had the second Elm Street film. A lot of people say and insult it for sexuality. I'm not going to say what. But at the end of the day, I always look at Elm Street, the original, the second one, sorry, Elm Street 2, as an unestimated sequel. Is it as good as the original? No. But I do think it's a damn good worthy sequel. You had a lot of good films, anyway, to cut the story short, in 1985, and this being one of them. You got it. Re-Animator. Now, it took us this for we actually got a full, I say that again, a full uncut version of Re-Animator, same as Re-Animator 2. It took us this, fucking this, before we actually got it. Now, this will make you laugh. There's a bit of history on Re-Animator. Bit of history. When the film got made, they tried to ban it in the UK. They tried to ban it in a few other countries as well because of the violence, the blood, the door, and so on. But this is a bit where I offend Re-Animator. I will defend it because at the end of the day, it was a fantasy horror film. It was fantasy. It's very unlikely if I walk out, the dead are going to come to life and go and attack me. You know what I mean? I'm not being silly, I'm being realistic. It was a fantasy horror film. So, fuck it, I'll give you the history of Re-Animator. Let's go on with the film. So it starts off in this hospital, this guy's going to like his eyeballs exposed, you've got the main character trying to save him. He doesn't save him, this nurse says you murdered him, and he says, I didn't murder him, I saved him life. And then it starts with the theme, and that's something else I love about this film, the theme tune. I'm not going to do the rest, but I swear, right, some of that music had to have been taken off the original Psycho. You listen to that music from Re-Animator, even that one, Re-Animator 2, and then the others. You listen to the opening of Re-Animator, right? And then you listen to the music in the opening of the original classic Psycho, and you will see what I mean. They had to have used the same music in that part. But this film is a date film. This is a damn good horror film. Balls to the wall. Doesn't fuck around. Does this to censorship and the MPA. So I can't feel it's a couple of months after, and for some reason it never explains what happened. That died, did he get stuck off? Obviously not. He's training and so on to be this surgeon. Now he's got his head one, and you've got the idea that our main man does not like him, thinks he's arrogant, thinks he's trying to soft people, he's trying to belittle people, he's trying to overtrain them before they get to the knowledge it in the head. And they have an argument a lot. You can see one of the arguments in the original 85 trailer. How dare you? They don't even acknowledge this there, and you got the idea there's no love lost between them. Now he's got a roommate, anything to help to pay the bills. He's got his girlfriend, beautiful girl, been in that a lot of these horror movies. One thereafter, been in another Lovecraft film, that being From Beyond and One Day Around the Road. I'll probably review that. She also appeared in Topping Mall. Very attractive girl in that era. And, you know what I mean, she's got a pet cat. The cat gets killed and he brings it back to life. So you find this Sillum. And what this film can do, it can resurrect the dead. But you could say a little bit of Pet Cemetery in this, because every time he resurrects anything from the dead, people think, what the fuck, total different movie here, Pete. Well, think about it. This Silum could bring the dead back to life. Look at Pet Cemetery. The only difference is you bury them, they come back to life. See the similarity? And they both become psychos. There's the similarity. So this Silum, yeah, it brings the dead back to life, but they become mad, they become psycho, so on. Like I say, he uses the Silum to bring the tap back. Then halfway through the film, her dad comes into it, the girl's dad. He gets killed because of the Silum. Brings his die out, sends him fucking loop-a-loop, bashes the poor father's head in. But he brings him back with that magic Silum. And I look at the Silum, and remember the film Predator? Bit where Hardy cuts the Predator, and he says, bleed, you bastard, bleed. If it bleeds, we'll kill it. Well, it just looks like Predator's blood before Predator. It's a humorless, I think they use like this specially humorless Jew to make the Silum when they was making the film, which is also using the other ones. So what happens is this mad sign, the boss goes in, he's investigating, he stains deaths, he gets whacked on the head, gets beheaded by our main man, the Re-Animator. But I do love the bit where he's trying to bring him back to life with the gene syrup, and he says, what is it you're thinking? You bastard! Say that again. Pung! I love it. But he also gets the other guy involved. They're both bringing the dead back, but he's a lot more wiser. He doesn't agree with it, eventually. Our main man, the Re-Animator, he wants to do that. You know what I mean? When you look at it, he's like the Frankenstein of the 80s. Yes, instead of wanting to make a dead person and make a man, he wants to bring the dead back to life with the syrup. He thinks it's amazing. He thinks he's a god, but it's not. It's bringing people back doolally. So the doctor gets to do. There's a bit where she's naked, fully in the nud. How I love that golden hair, tits and butts. This was the bit also where the MPA went loop-a-loop. They wanted to see him banned because of this. They wanted it, which it was in the UK for a couple of days, until we've now got it uncut. But I do love the bit where this body is sucking that, and he's about to go on to that. And our main man comes back. He's coming back trances, they have a fight. Another hero comes in, the boyfriend. I love the bit. This bit just goes balls to the wall. It does this to the middle finger, to censorship, and the MPA. Ducks, intestines, dead things coming to life, animals coming to life. There's so much blood and so much fucking gore in this film. It is unbelievable. I say it again, unbelievable. But this is one thing that always gets me, because when they did this one, it never mentions, because in this, I don't give a fuck what anyone says, the Re-Animator gets killed. He gets killed. His intestines come out of this guy's ducts, drag him by the neck, drag him to fucking Never Neverland. You never see him again. You assume he got killed. But he never mentions it in this one. And then he's just alive, he's kicking, everything's back to normality. But the dude gets killed, right? Now, I do know there's a deleted scene in that where it explains her fate. I fucking wish they kept it in that. I'm probably, if I do a review on that, Re-Animator 2, I'll explain the deleted scene, what was used for that. Because they were actually filming it, there was a behind scene footage of it, but sadly to say, we'll never see it, because for some reason they didn't want it. They had a different actress play the role in the scene, and it's also her fate, because what happens is, right, spoilers, but anyone see Re-Animator, it's classic. So the madness that ends, he's got the girl, she's dead, very sad. Then it goes to him taking it, he finds the syrup, he loves the love of his life, he doesn't want it dead. So he uses the syrup, you don't see it, you got the syrup going near to the neck, it fades dark, completely utter black, but you do see the syrup, and then you just see it going in. Cuts to that, leaves you thinking, what's going to happen, and it ends with that the music. But like I said, there was, when they did Re-Animator 2 back in 1990, they did actually explain that ending, right? And I'll get to that if I do a review of Re-Animator 2, because it was originally going to follow on from that. And I wish it did, because it never made sense when they did that. I actually like that one. I don't mind that one. That's the last decent one, because the third one, I'm not going to be through it. CGI fucking dick. You've heard what I said about that. I won't even get to that. But that one, I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was as good as the first one, but I still think it was a good sequel. The Pie the Re-Animator or Re-Animator 2, whatever you want to call it. But Re-Animator, obviously it made sequels, it became a total classic. I mean, Lufthansa, one day after, did Von Beyond, another damn good horror film. So yeah, Re-Animator, because they don't make horror films like that anymore, which is a damn shame, and I'm taking longer than what I normally do, and I'm smoking smoke out of its ass, because it's a damn worthy horror film, something you never see anymore, balls to the wall, practical effects, no fucking about, no shitty CGI. Fuck it, without ado. I've got that right, I'm going to do my fingers. A 20-star rating. You've always gone with smoke out of its ass. It's worth it. I just said it. A lot of film you'll never see anymore. Practical effects. Over the ball door. Thank fuck we've now got it fully uncut. Fuck all these other countries that want to ban it. I know that other countries, but I'll go to that another point about how handy-pandy other countries are when it comes to banning. You'll be surprised how many films over the years other countries have banned over silly little things. To me, it was a fantasy horror film, and I like it for that. I like them sort of films. Fantasy, balls to the wall, over the top door. You don't like Saw. That's just fucking. To me, that sorts of porn. This was fantasy porn. There's a difference. Right, so again, I give it a 20-star rating. It deserves it. Be smart. Be safe. See you later.